What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. I want to focus in on with Mike Richards down to the AHL. The Mike Richards deal 3.5 years later. Obviously, I remember that day in 2011. They made Philly shipped him essentially him and Carter out for Simmons, Voracek, Shen, Couturier, and Brizgalov. They were clearing cap space to sign Ilya, and they needed to do that. Obviously, both teams have had their regrets. Obviously, the Brizgalov contract is still a sore spot in Philly, but you look at what the guys they got in those trades, came out to be. Voracek's a big time player, one of the NHL's leading scorers. I'm a huge Wayne Simmons and Braden Shed fan. I love Sean Couturier. I think he's, but the irony is, I think he's still the youngest player on Philly's roster. Just reading through it, but you look at what they're doing in Philly. They're doing some real big time things, but bottom line, it's results oriented business, and the Kings have won 2 Stanley Cups. Obviously, getting Carter was a different. Philly won the Jeff Carter deal going away. Consider how he kind of dogged it, and he did dog it in Columbus, but you catch my drift. I think you look at the Kings winning those 2 cups with Richards, and it's like, you know what? Yeah, he's been trashed the last year and a half. The last 2 regular seasons, last year in the playoffs. I mean, had his moments, but for the most part, was a bit of disappointment. And you take it. Obviously I think had him to seed Richards over the summer, I think it would have been an absolute win. But that was Lombardi thinking with his heart, not his head. Not the most ideal circumstances, but that's the way shit happens in the NHL. But I mean, the thing of it is I think the fans in Philly would take the results LA got out of it. 2 Stanley Cups. You're going to take that every day, twice on Sunday. So that's, again, you look at what the guys in Philly are doing, but you look at the results LA's gotten from it. And, I think at times last year LA was winning in spite of Richards and Dustin Brown and Jonathan Quick, for what it's worth, in the playoffs. But, hey, you get it done. And that's been an issue in Philadelphia for a long time. Getting it done when it matters. And, Philly's in a little bit of a rebuild right now, and LA is kind of in danger of missing the playoffs, but we've seen this with them before. Who's to say they don't go on a run? Richards doesn't find his game in the AHL. They wait till the playoffs, call him up when the salary cap doesn't matter, and they go and win the whole damn thing again. We've seen this from LA before. Last night's win against Chicago showed me they're not dead just yet, and writing them off as so is you do so at your own discretion, because I'm not ready to kill this team just yet. And I'm a huge Mike Richards fan. I loved him in Philly, but couldn't really say it openly in Boston. I got my Mike Richards T-shirt later on, my Kings Mike Richards T-shirt later on somewhere. So he's a big time player. I think he's gonna rediscover his game. Maybe I keep doubling down on him, but you know what? Guy that can play with that kind of passion and deliver when it counts in the biggest moments. You look at winning a Memorial Cup with Kitchener, winning a Calder Cup in the AHL with the Phantoms, World Juniors, Olympics, Stanley Cups. He's done it all. You know what? I'm willing to give him the shot to redeem himself in the AHL if I'm the Kings. In worst case scenario, he becomes like Wade Redden and you keep him down there forever. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's all. Got this episode of the Power Play with CJ. I'm talking about the Mike Richards deal 3.5 years later. Stay tuned for more episodes with the season and beyond. Later, guys.